G'day, welcome back to the channel. Really excited to show you my latest piece, kitbashed model. This is my Ork War Boss. Yeah, really happy with how this turned out. It's kitbashed together from quite a few pieces of things, including the main base of it is the Black Ork star player from Blood Bowl. And he's in a great running pose. Let's talk a little bit about the parts. In his offhand, I've changed his spike, his normal spiked gauntlet. I've added a bit of armor using plastic bases and plastic card. I've pinned together a large chain axe onto his hand. I think he's strong enough to have a two-handed axe in one hand. That seems to work for me. On his gun arm, I'll talk about the gun in a second, he's got, I think, this big shoulder pad. I think that's the piece from the front of a Dakar jet. His hand was quite complicated. I really liked his fingers and his hand pose. So I changed that. I actually cut all the fingers off individually and reposed them to be a bit more like a gun grip. And then I covered some of the bad joins with a plastic card bit of armor. We're all used to how I do that now. It works pretty well in the end. His gun is just like a Frankenstein together. It's just a monster of a machine gun. It's basically two machine guns. Literally joined together in typical Ork fashion. To fill in some gaps on the armor, I've cut some armor plates. I've got like this skull armor plate over here. I've given him a stick bomb and a chopper. On his back, I've filled up his some of the gaps on his back that looked a bit like the Blood Bowl sports uniform. I've put some more armor plates. There's another little pistol just in case he needs that for some reason. I doubt he's going to run out of ammo with this thing in a while. I haven't really done much to the head. I kept that as is, just because it's quite a cool design. Of course, one of the coolest things about this is I used, I gave him like an attack squig. This squig is from, I believe it's like the Gretchen runt herd. He's like an orc that is usually holding on to this squig. I thought, let's use the squig as a pet for my boss. Now, he had this sort of hand join molded into the top, so I've actually green stuffed the hair and this kind of leash strap. Then I've added a chain that connects and it looks like it's broken off, and the attack squig is just let loose. And if you turn around, you can see at the bottom of the boss pole there's the other end of the chain, so the squig has snapped off the chain and just gone nuts. It's just running in for the kill, and that turned out quite well. I'm really happy with that. It's got a really cool movement on that squig, just like the actual boss itself. So if you look at it from the side, it's a really nice pose. Worked out quite well. That's a custom boss pole. I think there's actually a piece, I think that could be a corn bloodletter standard pole. There's some spiky bits from some random orc thing. Chucked the chain on the bottom. Up the top is a mixture of a couple of extra horns from helmets, bayonet blades. There's one main piece from another boss pole bottom jaw, and I'll chuck a little bit of custom pieces on the bottom there. Yeah, so all in all, it was a really fun piece to do. What I might do is actually, the only thing I might do before painting is I might chuck in some more armor plates up on this bit, because this had a really sporty Blood Bowl piece of armor over that shoulder, but I might, and I've left it off, but it looks a bit bare, so I might put another bit of plastic armor over here, put some spikes on it, something like that. The other cool thing about this is the base. I really like how the base turned out. Both the boss and the squig are actually pinned into this, but you can see there's like a bunch of sci-fi junk, plastic bits, crap from the bits box, and literal junk pile. Some wire sticking out. It always looks really cool once it's painted up. and gives it sort of a bit of dimension. If you look at it, gives it a bit of 3Dness. Really happy with how this boss turned out. I think he's going to look great in front of my elites. I'm going to use him in my Xenos Rampant games, possibly as a single model unit elite, or he might have a bunch of knobs with him with various weapons as a unit of 5. Yeah, so I'm happy with it. Tell me what you think in the comments, and let's get this guy undercoated and painted up. Let's do it. Alright, War Boss done. I think he looks great. I think he's ready to crump some hummies. Tell us what you think in the comments, and remember to subscribe for more.